Number 14. Which statement is correct? A. External costs equals social costs minus private costs. B. Private costs equal external costs minus social costs. C. Social costs equals external costs minus private costs. Or D. Social costs equal private costs minus external costs. Well, the answer to this is A. External costs equals social costs minus private costs. This is by definition. External costs equals social costs minus private costs. The others are wrong. They're just don't fit the definition. Number 15. In decoding whether to invest in a new project, what would be taken into account in government cost-benefit analysis, but not by a private company? Well, the government is concerned about the well-being of society, while the private company is only interested in, you guessed it, profit. Okay, so which one of these would the private company care least about and the government will care most about? Consultory fees, yes, fees the private company and the government would care about. Consumer surplus, which is the answer in this case, would only be cared about by the government. The government is looking for the society, the well-being of society. The private company is not considering the society or the person. It just wants the maximum amount of capital, maximum amount of money sold by its product. For example, cigarette producers, they're not going to stop and consider consumer surplus or their health or well-being. They're going to sell as many cigarettes as they're possible. And the others, interest charges, yes, they're there. But the one is consumer surplus. That's the answer to that. Why does the production of public goods have to be financed by the government? Well, public goods are non-excludable and non-rival. It means that the government has to do it because it is nothing that the private sector can buy and sell. It's just something that is good. For example, clean air. A private company can't sell clean air. The government must protect it. Okay, so 16. One person's consumption of public good means it's not available for anyone else. That's the definition of excludability. Okay, but public goods are not excludable. B. People are able to consume public goods without paying for them. Okay, that's B. The other one is C. Private sector firms will charge a price significantly above the cost for public goods. Well, private companies cannot control the flow of public goods, so C is wrong. The cost of producing public goods is higher in the private sector. So public goods like air, the environment, these things are public goods that the private sector can't sell. So C and D is wrong. And B is the right answer. People are able to consume public goods without paying for them, like the air you breathe. So B is the right answer. That's why the government must protect it, because it's not in the interest of the private companies, because they cannot bottle it and sell it. Number 17. The government has to choose the best one of 4 possible sites to locate a port. The benefit and cost of each site are shown in millions of dollars in the table. Which site would be chosen? Okay, so when the government makes decisions, benefit and cost, what they do is they add all costs and benefits together. The cost, benefit, and which site would be chosen to see where the external the benefits outweigh the cost-benefit analysis. So let's look at these and see which one. So, yes. So let's look at this. So A, 700 and 1100, 20 and 5, 800 and 1100, 80 and 40, 900, 600, 10, and 50. 1,900, 100, and 200. Okay, so the answer to this is B. B is the answer. And again, the government is looking to see which benefit is greater for society. than for the individual company. Okay, so let's look at this. The government, when it chooses this, it will add up all private costs and all benefits. So in A, the private benefit is 700 plus 1100. Okay, and the costs are 25 minus 25. So the net benefit of choice A is 1775. B, the correct answer, by the way, is 1100 plus 800 equals. Okay, so the 1100 is the benefit plus an 800, another benefit that gives me 1900. Now, what are the costs? Minus this cost, 40, minus this cost, 80. Okay. And you can see 1780, the net benefit is greater than the net benefit of A. And if you go through each one of these, just add the cost and compare it to the benefits and subtract it from the benefits, and you'll get the net benefit. And you'll see that B is the greatest of each one of these. So that is the answer. This first one, I added up the cost, 5 plus 20, 25. That was the cost. I add these together, 1100 plus 700, that's 1800. Subtracted the cost, and then I got 1775 net benefit, which is smaller than this number for choosing B, and these other two are even smaller. So B was the best choice. The government will choose the largest net benefit for its people. Okay, and number 18, there is a diagram showing the market of spectacles, eyeglasses. Initially, the market equilibrium is P naught and Q3. P naught, Q3 here, and quantity Q3 is bought and sold. Okay, the government then sets both a maximum price PX here and a minimum price PM here. What effect will these measures have on the market for spectacles? Okay, so the market, again, is the price and quantity of a specific good in the economy. In this case, the price and the market is for spectacles, or you might call them glasses. So here, price and quantity. The market equilibrium is set here at P naught and Q3. Okay, the government, what they will do when they set price controls, they say that the price can be set no lower than PM. What the government is doing, doesn't want dumping in their economy. In other words, someone will come along and set the price so low, the market value is $10, they'll set the price at 50 cents to get rid of a product that they don't want. Maybe the product isn't working. So maybe in this case, maybe the spectacles have the lens is broken. So they're getting rid of it and selling it at 50 cents. So the government comes along and say, hey, the PO is here. This is the market equilibrium price. Do not set your price below this level to dump your product. You must sell it at the market equilibrium, P naught. Okay. Another thing that the government might do, again, there are three people: individuals, the firm, and the government. The individual is looking to try to save money and get the most happiness from their money. The firm is interested in making profit and profit alone, profit maximization, and the government is looking out for society. So the government here says, okay, we don't want you to sell. The market equilibrium is here. We don't want you to sell your price low just to get rid of a broken product. Spectacles. You can imagine eyeglasses without without any glasses. The actual glass that you look through to make things smaller or bigger. So they don't want you to sell at a price too low. Now the government might say, well, you can't sell it too high. You cannot sell it higher than this amount, PX, because the government wants to make sure that everyone in the economy that needs glasses or wants glasses can afford them. So they will say you can't charge any higher than this, because the government knows that there are people in the economy who need these services. So they will set price max. Okay, now unfortunately, the funny thing in this case, the government set two price levels, one low and one high, but the market equilibrium is already set above the minimum price here, the market equilibrium here is above the minimum price. You can't sell no lower than here. That's what the government is saying. Just a second. Okay, so in this case, the price, the P naught, is already above the minimum price that the government, you can't charge any lower than this. So this P naught is already above that. And the government also says you can't charge any price above this. So the P naught is both above the minimum price and above and below the maximum price. So the market equilibrium isn't affected by these two government mandates. So we look for the answer. What effect will these measures have on the market for spectacles? We look at number A, create a shortage of spectacles equal to Q1, Q5, which is here, Q1, Q5. This shortage, they're talking about this space from here to here. No, that's not the case because we're producing here. We're the price is above the minimum and maximum, so we're here. Okay, create a surplus of spectacles equal to Q2 and Q4. That's here and here. No, because the price isn't set here. The price is here. Create a surplus of spectacles equal to Q3 and Q4. Here and here. No, it's not a surplus. Or D is the answer. Leave the quantity bought and sold unchanged. So the effects, the net effects of these two government plan and the planned economy have no effect because the price, the P naught, is already above the. Do not set your price below this, and below, do not set your price higher than this. So the answer here is D. It will leave the quantity bought and sold unchanged. They already fit the parameters that the government has set.